Many of them died. It's a COVID. You if you get the vaccine or stop, and then they have some hope, but they never got the proper the medicine. So many people is not relying on the government's healthcare system. It's more relying on their own money so that they, hire doctors to cure and then but utilize the hospital system. So, but it's not easy for them to get a proper, treatment using North Korean, the government, the system.
Do the upper class people utilize their connections to get treatment outside of the country?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not outside of the country. Outside the country, those people who can get treatment outside the country is really, really highly, recognized by Kim family. So they send them to Singapore, China, get treatment. It's not even like my dad's level. So it's more like the highly like royal family style. But it's people like the presidential appoint level people. They have a designated hospitals to treat them. So yeah, there were 2 hospitals there, so they can get access of treatment.
Best.
Yeah, but normal people cannot.
So there's technically free healthcare, but there's a lot of people who are, as we've already well highlighted, dying in the streets. They never get
That's
there.
correct.
They never get it. They may die of something as simple and sad as straight up starvation.
So during the COVID, many people couldn't get cured and the treatment, and then many hospitals and doctors, they didn't care about them, and then they just put the chart that they got the high fever, and then they don't categorize them as the COVID patient, because COVID case is really serious problem if they found one in North Korea. Kim Jong-un said, we don't have a COVID.
Yeah.
So if someone said that this guy is a COVID patient, and then that person who prescribe or that person who report will be in danger. So they never, put them in the COVID patient list.
So he did the opposite. He propagandized no such thing as COVID whatsoever. Everyone carry on.
Yeah.
And would you say there was a pretty serious death toll of people that at least was started by the domino effect of that when that was at its peak?
So basically, they put them in the one facility. They didn't treat, make a proper treatment. So they died. Many of them died. It's a COVID. If you get the vaccine or stop, and then they have some, hope, but they never got the proper the medicine. So yeah, many of them died.
That's terrible. Well, we left off with you being able to be discharged early from the military because of some of your talents and grades and standing within the military and academically. But at what point, that was 2005, at what point were you sent to China, and what was the context there again for you to go?
So after my dad's high-ranking appointment, 2004, he kind of not retired, but he wanted to experience outside.
Okay. And by the way, we're in the second episode now because we've been talking for a while. So for people who didn't hear the first one, can you just rehash very quickly what your dad's business position was?
I see. So my father was North Korean leader's presidential appointee while he was in North Korea. He served CEO of one of the biggest company in North Korea, and later he served as the chairman of the board in North Korea's economic development group between Hong Kong businessmen and the North Korea National Defense Committee. Yeah, at the time, North Korea's National Defense Committee is the ultimate decision-making institution.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the committee, the chair is Kim Jong-un.
But you said retires in 04?
No,
Or
not retired,
retires.
but he wanted to experience outside. And then he never thought about that, but he was in the transition. And then he's supposed to move to another, director level. But one of my high school friends, and then also her dad is my father's friend. They lived in Switzerland and Germany for a while. And then he recommended, why don't you go out, experience? It could be good experience, and then for your kids, it will be great education.
Did that guy in that recommendation hint at anything, I don't know, to take a shot at the regime in North Korea and say, hey, there's a whole world out there, you should see it because it might be a little better? Or was it more just like, oh, go out and experience it?
No, I think that was a indirect implication.
Yeah.
You will see more different,
right?
Life there in like that. So,
but that guy came back.
Yeah,
that guy didn't defect. He came back.
He came back. No, it's a very high level position. But I really appreciate his recommendation. But if not, and then my dad wouldn't think about going out.
Yeah,
he will serve another position there, and then continue his career there. But that was the kind of the tipping point for us, experience real life other than North Korea.
That's 04 where he decides he wants to go experience something else. 05, I guess, related in a way, your discharge, and is the implication you go with him to work on some of his stuff?
Yeah, so they went to China late 2004.
Okay.
And then including my sister, but I was in the military.
Right.
So I, first of all, they asked me, hey, can you come to China? It's a good place to study. But I refused. I mean, I'm okay here. So, but August 2005, I was discharged, and then I was about to study in one of the North Korean college, right? So, but I think it's a good opportunity. I changed my mind, so I went to China. But in North Korea, there was a rule: you cannot keep both child in China or outside of China, outside of North Korea.
You couldn't have both of your kids there at one time.
No, you have to keep one kid as a hostage in North Korea.
Is that the term that was
No,
used?
They don't. They may use the term hostage, but it is not allowed. So my sister was there about a year, and then she, I hope my brother can study, so she came back, and then I went out. So we switched.
A little switcheroo, yeah.
Yeah. And then I studied Chinese more than a year and a half, and then I enrolled in Chinese college in 2007. So I studied my undergraduate, and several years later, there was a policy change. So my sister also came out. But later, another change, the policy changed again. So, one of us should go back to North Korea. But my dad get the approval by the North Korean leader that I want to keep the both child there.
Got it.
He approved it, and so from that moment we stayed in China.
Did it matter though that you were now of age? You're not a child anymore. You're in your early 20s.
That's
but
correct.
The policy is it's just generational.
No. Good point. But technically I shouldn't be there. I should be separate from my parents because I'm adult, right? More than 20 years old. So, but no, we kind of bend the rule because we really wanted to study in China, right? So,
and you picked up the language in a year?
No, it's not entirely, but in Chinese college, we enrolled. After we enrolled, we have 2 years to study with the international students together. And then third and fourth year, we will study with Chinese students. So the 4 years, 2 years with the international study, focusing on the Chinese language. The third and fourth, studying economics.
Thank you guys for checking out this clip. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the like button on this video. It is a huge, huge help. And if you'd like to check out this clip's full podcast episode, that link is in the description below or right here. And finally, you can follow me on Instagram and X by using the links in my description below.